Wow, this is a surprise. This new dish is what I call Estelle's Explosion over the rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel. I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef. Haha, this is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy, but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers, had our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time. Good for you, Estelle. Not to mention the food being delicious. For a first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. At first I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems that technique won't be necessary tonight. Sometimes you're just so despicably, why can I not say this word? Despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to be humble and just say something that tastes nice? Alright then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle. Thanks, Dad. Wait, business? Are you really leaving again? Yes. Something unexpected came up. This time I'm gonna be away for a while. Yo, how? This is not, I don't care. This is like in a spoiler-free answer, like a year count. How far back is the Sky games compared to Cold Steel? Because I think Azure happens, I think Zero and Azure happen concurrently with Cold Steel 1 and 2, to my knowledge. Or Azure happens concurrently with Cold Steel 1 and 2. How far back is Sky compared to like Crossbell and Cold Steel? So I guess in turn, how much back is the Sky games according to Cold Steel? Maybe like 2 years? Hold on a minute. You're leaving? When? Tomorrow morning? What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. That's just too soon. It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident? Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away. What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that and take off for who knows how long. We have to accept it, Estelle. A bracer's job is to help those who come to us for help. I know, but what are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Rolent branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you? Oh, only about 5 or 6. So I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead? What? Are you really asking us to do the work that you're supposed to be doing? That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish. And I'll ask Sherazard to handle the difficult ones. So what do you say? More money, more jobs, more pay? I'm down. Sure, of course we will. You're okay doing these too, right, Joshua? Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer. Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Ina know about the change of plans before I leave. Alright, I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll have to bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while you're gone. Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven, can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman. Face it, Dad, you're getting old. If people lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well just throw in the towel forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years. I'm only 45 and what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild. Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Grand Cell or the one headed for Bose? I'll be on the one headed for Grand Cell. My flight departs at 10 o'clock this morning. Or in the morning. That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case. So much reading, I need Diet Coke. The funny thing is it's recommended to play half of Azure then beat Cold Steel 1 and 2 before finishing Azure. That's weird. Especially considering that Azure, we didn't get it in the West for a while, but Azure in Japan came out before Cold Steel 1, so that's a lot to ask. To expect the player to play half of Azure, then play Cold Steel 1 and 2, then finish Azure, that's weird. I do know that Azure happens concurrently with, or Cold Steel 1 and 2 happen concurrently with Azure. So, you know. So really, like, Zero and the crossbow games can't be too far from Cold Steel. I do wonder how far back Sky is to Cold Steel, like what the gap is. Because Azure, or Cold Steel 1 starts mid-Azure from what I was told. And also Cold Steel 1 and 2 are like a month apart, so the span of Cold Steel 1 and 2 is like a year, I think. Dad. Are you still awake, Joshua? You better hold off on the liquor or Estelle will get mad again. This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink? Isn't Joshua like too young? Or 16? I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying is don't offer alcohol. Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink or... Oh, is Charizard like Sarah? Like she's obsessed with, she's an alcoholic. That's because she holds her liquor much better than I do. There's something really serious happening, isn't there? There's no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement within the Empire. The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious. This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian Embassy to see what turns up. Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone. Don't you spoil that girl, you hear? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs to learn to look after herself. So Cassius is going to Erebonia, but obviously Sky has to be like a good amount of time before Cold Steel, so... Maybe Cassius isn't in... He's probably just not in Erebonia by the time Cold Steel happens. I guess we'll see when I, like, get farther in Sky. I'm really curious to see how, like, all these dots connect. Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being a bit rough around the edges, she has talent with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday. Yet, at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you too. It's already been 5 years since you became part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly. Oh, so 5 years. So Estelle was... So when they brought Joshua home, this is... I wish I had the backlog, actually, because I maybe read that wrong. It sure does seem that way. About what you said back... I mean, if it was 5 years, they had to have been like 10 or 11. Because I think they're 16 now. Because Estelle said bracers... Like, only 16-year-olds can be bracers. And also, I think Joshua said 16. So they're 16 now, and that was like 5 years, so they would have been 11? In that cutscene we saw? About what you said back then, are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back? For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I can live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize, but I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you. Thanks, Dad. Hey! Was that the prologue, or is this the prologue? Was A Father's Love a New Beginning? Well, that wasn't even the prologue. This is the prologue. That was like the pre-prologue. Just tutorial land. Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself, and try not to be a handful for Joshua either. For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try not going overboard yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know. Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Charizard, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute. Please don't be. I'm slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place. There's no need to be humble, Silver Streak. I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two. You just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you? You definitely understand the way I think. What's all this about? It looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil. The Grand Southbound Downlander, Lind, will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Uh-oh, I better take my seat. Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone. Don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. This is something Estelle would say. I'm not sure everywhere you'll be going, but don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. A little fancy something would be nice. Hey now, the trip is for business, not pleasure. If I have any money left over, I'll certainly think about it, though. Alright, you two, be good while I'm gone. Bye, Father. Probably won't see you till later in the game. Maybe even the second game, however this game goes. Almost 2 hours to get through, like, not even the prologue. Like, we were in the pre-prologue. Like, we weren't in the prologue. He's gone again. Yeah. Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. Yeah, probably, maybe even the second game. Maybe even the third game. You never know with Falcom. I don't know what kind of investigation he's been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it. I'm not sad he's gone. He's always been away more than he's been at home. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, I'm gonna get to work on those jobs your father left for me. But if you run into any trouble, give me a holler. Will do, but first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of as junior bracers. Alright, if you insist. I imagine that with Joshua tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two. Thanks. We'll do our best. So what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we go stop by the guild? Yeah, we should probably talk to Ina and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go! Alright, we are in the prologue. So what did they call it before? Oh, they still called it prologue. They called it prologue, but they just introed the prologue really late. So this is probably... That was still the prologue. This is still the prologue. They just put the title of the prologue later in the chapter, which is weird. Alright, well, let's go check out that guild. Maybe while talking to some NPCs. Oh, it's these children again. I'm Cassius Bright. Turn and fight, you cowardly monsters. Alright, that's fun. Luke's been like that since this morning. Boys are so simple-minded. Yeah, young boys are like that. Take me to the guild. Let's see what jobs we have. Find a shiny rock. I'd like someone to find my shiny rock. Please speak to me directly for details. This is long. These are both long. Ferocious monster note. Oh, they have monster quests like they do in Cold Steel. Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has your father already left? Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us. Sure, there are a total of 3 jobs I have lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here. Farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives? Yo, Tio, one of the best characters from Grandia 2? Tio. I seem to have heard that name somewhere before. Tio Purzel. She was one of our classmates at Sunday school. She's also the Purzel farm owner's daughter. Oh, really? It's actually the Purzel farm that put in a request to have someone exterminate the monsters. Are they really having problems like that? Fortunately, nobody's been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request. I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now. Take this with you. A guild referral. This document certifies you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm. We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think it's necessary. We'll take it just in case. Okay, so that's the main job, and these are the optional ones. I think I might have dropped it behind the Melder's Orbital Factory. Let's go see if we can do that. Melder's Orbital Factory right here, so let's look behind. This is really weird. Where could they have gone? Oh, excuse me, but can I ask you something? You didn't see a shiny rock around here, did you? Huh? Shiny rock? Yeah, that's right. One that sparkles. You didn't see a rock like that lying around here, did you? Are you saying you lost something? I don't really recall seeing anything like that. Do you know where you might have dropped it? It said behind the Orbital Factory. My mom was calling, so I ran over to the general goods store where she was. I know I had it in my hand at the time, but when I came back here, it was gone. When you say general goods store, you mean Mr. And that's the only general goods store in Relent? Hello? Estelle, you're not too bright. And that's really ironic because your last name is Bright. Did you look in front of his store? Pun not intended, by the way. I forgot her name was Bright. Obviously, that's the first place I looked. You don't need to treat me like a child, you know. My, aren't you a charmer? Well, I already asked the Bracer Guild to help find it, so I'm sure it'll show up sooner or later. If you happen to come across it, give me a holler straight away. I'll be around. So, go to the general goods store, I assume, and look for it? Oh, wait, hello? This, maybe? Huh? What's the matter? I wonder what that is. There's something shining down there in the through the sewer gate. You're right. It looks like something must have fallen through. The sewers? Don't tell me you forgot about the sewers already. Oh, Stell, come on. You know that smelly, monster-infested place we were in not that long ago? Oh, right, those sewers. We went there during our practical training, right? The entrance to the sewers should be just behind the chapel. If you're so interested in what's down there, then how about we check it out a little later? Sure, let's do that. Alright, so we go to the sewers and get that. Interesting. Let's go do that right now, then. I do not remember where the entrance to the sewers was. Here it is. Oh, there's an enemy. Dude, enemies, it's so hard to see if there's an enemy in my way. They're so, like, transparent. Out of my sight. 69! A dual strike.
Alright, we're good to go.
Sorry, I had to read something. Onward we go. Dude, I can never see these enemies. Oh, crit chance. No one got the crit chance. I want to see how much an attack does. Just curious. Okay, it just misses. They do have like 9 HP, and Art's overkill.
That's that then. Let's
I don't know where this fell. I guess we're just looking around the whole sewer. Bum 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 bum. Soul Blur.
Piece of cake.
Wonder if Estelle's voice actress is anyone I would know. Because I know Joshua's definitely Johnny Young Bosch. Or Bosch, however you say his name. Dual Strike is too powerful. I wish you had a hitting craft. Maybe one day. Bum 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 bum. How much would it be if I did Aqua Bleed? Yeah, go Aqua Bleed. It might be when I need to kill you in one hit. Yeah, okay.